Chapter 64:21. Duncan was very fast. After reaching an agreement with the other party, he paid the other party $20,000 as a deposit, and then began to let the family's spokesperson in Africa prepare the remaining cash. Since they had to leave no trace, they naturally could not use the method of remittance. Cash was the best solution. For the family, preparing more than $200,000 was not a difficult task. They not only had to prepare $dollars for Duncan, but also had to prepare a so-called construction team to rush to the food processing plant with some daily necessities. At the same time, they had to make a comprehensive security upgrade for the factory to ensure that everything was foolproof. In order to have a look after him, Charlie had also notified Joseph to take his most elite members and find a way to enter from Algeria and go to the vicinity of Duke Mining to wait for his orders. These people disguised themselves and flew from Lebanon to Algeria. It would take less than a few hours to arrive. With their strength, it would not take too long to cross the border. They would arrive in 24 hours. As for Charlie himself, what he had to do now was to rush to the freight yard before the loading was completed in the afternoon, and then sneak into the carriage that was about to be sent to Duke Mining with the help of psychological suggestions, and go into this dangerous place alone. Fortunately, before Duncan left, he taught him some French that he would use. In addition, Charlie had learned some basic terms from his parents when he was a child, so it was not too difficult to master some basic terms. In addition, Duncan also wrote him some notes in French, writing down the complex instructions that Charlie needed on them, so that even if Charlie's language skills were not good enough, it would not affect those people's smooth acceptance of his instructions. At 4:30 in the afternoon, when the loaders were about to seal one of the carriages sent to Duke Mining, Charlie, accompanied by the person in charge last night, came to the freight yard again. Charlie gave all the person in charge and the loaders on the scene psychological hints, so that they would not remember that he had appeared at all, and did all the follow-up work for him. After making sure that they received the order accurately, Charlie hid in one of the carriages. After the loaders locked and sealed the carriages as usual, all 20 carriages destined for Duke Mining were loaded. After the marshalling was completed, they slowly accelerated to Duke Mining. The train transportation time was about 3 hours. Charlie in the freight car first communicated with Duncan on the phone about the details of the food factory, and then sat cross-legged in an open space in the carriage and continued to repeat the hand seals. In the evening, when Charlie was less than an hour away from Duke Mining, Duncan had already received the cash sent by the spokesperson of the family. He completed the agreement with the boss and handed the $dollars to the boss. And then the boss began to lay off his employees. These employees never took a vacation on weekdays. They wished they could work 360 days out of 365 days a year. The reason was that they were reluctant to lose their wages by taking a vacation. Now the boss has given them at least 2 months of paid vacation. The only requirement is that they keep the secret and wait for the call at home at any time. There is no reason for them to refuse this. And they can also take this time to have a good rest. After all, it is an eternal truth that if you don't take advantage of to bargain, you will be a BA5 tard. After the employees explained everything clearly, the boss asked the workers to temporarily stop the production line according to Duncan's request. All the canned food that has been processed will be sent to the warehouse as soon as it comes out of the industrial steamer, together with the canned food in the warehouse. It will become the food for the dead soldiers who must transfer next. The boss also temporarily stopped cooperation with all the seafood raw material suppliers at the docks, saying that there was a big problem with the production line, and it needed to stop working and rest, and temporarily stop purchasing raw materials.